How are you? My name's Kenny Glick. I've been gambling since the fifth grade when I lived next to a bookie. Football sheets, the whole thing. Remember those things? You had a little sheet and you'd circle a couple of numbers, put $3 on it, and hope for the best. Nobody ever won. You had to go 3 for 3 at least, or 4 for 4 to win any real money. 4 for 4, they only give you 10-1 odds. Imagine, right? Going 4 for 4 and all you're getting is 10-1. You can't pick one game, but you can pick one game. So if I said to you right now, I have a guaranteed way to make money, would you laugh or would you try it? Right? The word guarantees is a scary word, especially in the world of the stock market, right? I'm not talking about the stock market right now. I'm talking about the Jets, the Jets, Jets. 52 years of ineptitude, right? And again, if you want to believe in anything, believe in this conspiracy theory. Joe Namath sold his soul and the soul of the Jets to the devil to win that Super Bowl. That's the only excuse. It's the only logical excuse to watch a game like that. And again, there's a lot of different things we could unwrap as far as the Jets are concerned and football. But let's just talk about the Jets. So every year I come on, we talk about it, and we get, and I think you got, oh, yeah, bet against the Jets, you never lose. You never lose. Have I come out of a season betting against the Jets as a loser ever? The answer is no. You just like any other trade, just like the UVXY trade. Why did the UVXY trade blow up in my face? Because I over leveraged myself by 100. As long as you don't bet over your head, as long as you have the wherewithal to make sure you have enough money to consistently bet against the Jets, because they will win a few games and you will lose money, but you just bet against them the next week. Or worst case scenario, they win three games in a row. So let's say you're betting hundreds or 200. You bet 100. You got to bet 200 the next week to win your 100 back, and then the next 100, right? So now you're down 300. So you got to bet 600 to win your $300 back and to make it meaningful to make that bet. If you lose that, now you're down 900. We're not talking about a lot of money here. But then 4 games in, now you're down $1,800. You got to bet. You got to bet at least 25, $3,000 to win your money back and to make that bet a profitable bet. But in the end, you'll win the money back. So you just don't start where you can't at least sustain yourself. But the thing is, chances are you're not going to have to. And now that you have live betting, you could hedge in the middle of the game. And when you see they're actually putting together drives and you know they're still going to lose, that's the beauty. You know they're still going to lose. Just watch them. They're a cursed franchise. Now, let's before we go on with the Jets, right? Let's talk more about the ineptitude, the awfulness of sports, the sport of football. The reason football is easily fixed, okay, is that it's controlled by the refs, right? You don't need the players involved. You just need a couple of refs who actually call the game correctly. That football game yesterday represented what football should look like. There's a penalty on every play. It's whether or not they decide if they want to call it. So if they want to call the game fairly, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a Jets-Bills game with 38 penalties for 350 yards, and there's a penalty on every single play. There's a holding on every single play. There is a pass interference on every single play. There's an illegal formation. There are penalties on every play. It's just whether or not the refs want to call it. And then sometimes, like if you're Tom Brady and the Patriots for the 20 years, or now if you're the Chiefs and Mahomes, they just make up stuff. So if you talk loudly as you run past Tom Brady, there was a flag. Now you can't tackle somebody without there being a flag. So like I said, there could be a penalty. There is a penalty on every play. It's the worst sport ever because it's subjective. So again, back to being subjective. So when the play is over, what does the ref go? Man, looks like he got here. Let's put the ball here, right? And nobody cares because on third and 8 in the middle of the game, nobody cares about the spot because it's really not significant. But when it's significant, suddenly it becomes significant. That's ridiculous. Either it's always or never. Or when they're rushing to get the play. What if I want to go high tempo all game? And I say, look, refs, I want to go high tempo. Only at the end of the game do the refs hustle to the line and get the play going. It's the worst sport because it's subjective. They don't know where to place the ball. You got to then you could they have to have reviews on every play where they spot the ball, and it's the dumbest sport ever. They should play with no helmets, no pads, no referees, and just fuck each other up for a half an hour and see who wins. That's the only way this sport should be run. It is the worst sport ever right now. I don't know how anybody watches. And again, as a Jets fan, I know I'm going to lose. At least I'm making money off this endeavor, right? This is the worst sport ever. It doesn't have any rules. The rules are all subjective, and the game could be just fixed at any time. And if you don't believe that, watch it. This is how does anybody watch this sport? There's a penalty on every play. It's just whether or not they want to choose to play to call it. It is the worst sport ever. There's a roughing the passer on every play. There's I mean, it's so stupid. It's the stupidest sport. But do you understand what I'm saying? So third and first down in the first quarter, the guy rushes the ball and you can look at this. Look at the refs. Yeah, I think I'll place it here, and nobody cares. But when it really matters, oh wait, now they got to review where the spot was. That's such bullshit. Just have it done by lasers at this point. Lasers will take care of it. There's the ball. Zip. All right, place it right there. Lasers would take care of it. You don't think we have technology to zoom in on the ball and see where it is and then place the ball there? Of course we do. The worst sport ever. There's a hold, there's a grab on every pass being thrown. They could call pass interference on every play. Every play. You watch it. I watch it. I don't know why I watch it anymore because I got nothing to do. It's the worst sport. Anyway, and the whole point. So when they like, if I was an NFL coach, right, I would fuck with the refs, right? First of all, I would never punt. I would go for it on fourth down every play. Every play. I would never kick a field goal. And amazing. People are blasting 50-yard field goals like nothing, 55, 60-yard field goals. Not the Jets. The Jets hit 2 uprights. I mean, you can't control that, but it's just unbelievable. And it's unbelievable what I watched yesterday. Yesterday was the epitome of why this is the worst sport and the worst team ever. The sickest. It's so sick. But what's the sickest thing is Sunday night, you saw the futures were gapped down, right? Did you actually say to yourself, oh, this is it? No, the market's rigged right now to go up, right? Oh, sorry. It's always. Oh. One more time, if you haven't figured it out here. Here's the stock market since 1928. You see, there's the crash, right? And ever since the crash of 1929, we've been going up. You see that? And it's never going to end. It's rigged to go up. My uncle's an idiot. My uncle's an idiot. All right. When my uncle comes back into the market, that's when we'll have another crash again. But that'll be a buying opportunity. See, people who think the market's rigged, they're right, but they're looking at it wrong. It's rigged to go up. When your stock's not doing well and you're saying it's being manipulated because you own a shitty stock that's not part of the market. That's why you buy the QQQ and the S&P 500, right? Do you understand why the market continues to go up? Because the NASDAQ 100, right? Again, the NASDAQ 100 is a good example, but the best example is the Dow 30, right? Why do you think the Dow Jones never goes down? Because when they have a lagger or the weakest, the lamb at the back of the pack gets eaten and they kill it and they kick it out of the club. So they keep the best 30 stocks going. Hey, that one's not going up anymore. Kick it out of the club. Let's keep going. S&P 500, they're always readjusting it. Nah. You guys aren't doing well enough. You're out of the club. We got to keep it going up. The market never goes down, but every stock sucks. And by the way, if you've been pumped and dumped on these Chinese stocks, I mean, that's why I don't own stocks. That's why if you're not looking at the Trump stock and saying, wow, this is awesome. If you're saying, oh man, this stock's bullshit, I'm going to short it, what are you doing? The stock already crashed from 180. They came out, remember 180, went all the way back down to 20. Then it came out DJT. They popped it and then they rolled it over, and it was an easy short because it was going down, right? But then when it turns, remember, I'm a shorter. I understand the market mechanics. When it turns, the shorts are on the wrong side because they're lazy. Then they don't want to believe. Then they reshort the stock because they want to try to make their money back. It's like Monday Night Football. They try to make their money back and you lose again. That's when you want to join in on the frenzy. Look what the stock is now, $32. It's not about whether they make money or not. It's market mechanics. Who cares? Who cares whether it's DJT, XYZ, or ABC? It doesn't matter. It's a song right there. XYZ to ABC, me, you, us. They are them. What song is that? Oh, that's Papa So. Anyway, Jets suck 52 years in a row. You can't lose. Now, tonight is a big bet. I'm betting against Cole. I got Yankees to sweep plus 750, but I bet a couple of $100 during the game. So if I see the Yankees get out to a lead and I could get plus 250 or 300 on my money, I'll throw a couple of hundred on the Yankees, knowing that I have the hedge on. So I bet 500. I think what I do. I bet $500 for Yankees to sweep plus 750. So that's $3,500 I'll win back. It's kind of my hedge. I don't think they're going to sweep, but while I watch the game, now that you have live betting, you can just bet during the game. It's fantastic. It's fan-fucking-tastic. Anyway, live betting and trading is basically the same thing. I'm so excited for it. But more importantly, this market never goes down. And all you got to do is wait for the stocks to turn, break back above VWAP, and buy them. It's becoming a little bit more simple than ever because the market is rigged, Mr. Jones. You're right. Just because your cousin told you to buy the next Microsoft and the stock was $8 and now it's at 13 cents, it's never coming back, Mr. Jones. Your cousin fucked you. All you had to do was buy Microsoft. Instead of trying to find the next Microsoft, you don't need it. Stick with Microsoft. You don't need the next Apple. Buy Apple because that's what everybody else does. And that's how the market works. There's leaders because there's leaders. They're not going to suddenly stop being leaders. Well, the Apple story is over. They're innovative, blah, 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 blah. No. You know what I'm doing this Christmas? 2 more phones. Doesn't matter. Inevitably, I'm buying a new phone. Inevitably, they got me. You see this computer I'm on right now? Inevitably, this microphone's not going to work anymore. The chips inside aren't going to be fast enough, and I'm going to buy a new Mac. Yeah, it's going to happen. I'm going to buy a new phone and a new Mac. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And right now, I want to offer you $10 just for coming to my website. So I found a bunch of these. Speaking of app, I have all these iTunes cards, and I found a whole bunch of iTunes cards. So if you come to the website right now, not only is it a free trial, but I'll give you the first person who signs up for a trial now, I'll give you $10 for coming. There you go. I found a whole bunch of iTunes cards that I don't use in my drawer. I'm not kidding. Just come to the website. Go to hitthebid.com right now, sign up for a trial, and come and see what we do on a daily basis. I don't even need to talk about the stock market anymore. I know there's going to be winning trades today because there are every single day. There's going to be a few losers where you cut your loss off. Hey, listen, I was short Trump stock yesterday. I lost 50 cents. Then I made the 50 cents back, and then I was out of the trade, and then the stock went up 4 points. I'm like, holy shit. Thank God I'm not short anymore because VWAP tells you not to be short anymore. And that's why we were long Humana. That's why we were long PayPal and blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. So today we're going to look at Goldman Sachs. We're going to look at a few stocks, blah, 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 blah. If one breaks VWAP, that's the trade we'll do. Blah, 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 blah. It's the same thing every day. So, and also going back to this Georgia, if you haven't been to an SEC football game, make sure you go check it out. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to take Texas over Georgia. Bet against Georgia. They're the laziest, best team you'll ever watch. They're lazy. They're lazy. They don't show up in the first half. They think they're good enough to come out in the second half and win. They're not going to be able to do that against Texas. All right? So take Texas minus the 2.5. And you don't have to do it right away. Maybe you'll be able to if Georgia gets a lead, maybe they come out hot for some reason because they generally don't. But you got to just keep betting against Georgia. They're not that good of a team. Now I watch them every week. Now I could see with my eyes, right? There's a difference between some of these teams and Georgia. Then they're all right. They're a good team, right? But they're going to lose at least 2 more of these games. They got to play Tennessee. They got to play Texas. I mean, this is tough. They got to play Ole Miss. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing all right. Right now, the Chinese stocks are rallying. I just bought some Tiger Woods, y'all, $6.80. Hopefully, it breaks 6.90 and goes past 7. But there you go. Ringing the bell. I'll see you guys. I got a couple of shows to do, and get this, in a few months. I'm putting together an ad. I'm gonna buy some ad time on CNBC, and it's gonna be, if they let me run the ad that I want to make, it's gonna be fantastic. So I've been speaking to WFAN. I'm gonna run some ads on WFAN at midnight and on Sundays and Mondays. So basically, I'm gonna do degenerate gambling ads based on day trading. So it should be a lot of fun. Anyway, Tiger Woods, y'all, and hopefully you make some money on this trade. It doesn't even matter because there'll be 30 other trades that do well today. And again, as long as you know market mechanics, and don't be afraid to take loss, and don't be afraid to adjust your trade, and don't be afraid to take a loss, and then you can make money. You're not going to win on every trade. So when one's not going well for you, remember the S&P 500. Remember the QQQ. Trade as if you're an index fund. Hey, this trade's not working out. Bait it, and then go find the one that is working. There's always a trade that's working. As long as you cut those losses off. All those cliches about trading are real. Have a great day, everybody. Be careful out there. Football sucks.